Kaya Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Rupavadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanuste Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha Kalpataripyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, the chapter title Appearance of Lord Varahadev. We are reading text 43 after chapter 13. We are in the continuation of prayers from yesterday, and the 43 text goes as Kashadda Dita Anyatama Tava Prabhu Prasangataya Bhuva Udviparhanam Na Vismaya Sav Tvai Vismaye Yo Maya Yeda Sasruje Ati Vismayam Kashadya Dita Anyatamastava Prabhu Kashadya Dita Anyatamastava Prabhu Rasangataya Bhuva Udviparhanam Rasangataya Bhuva Udviparhanam Na Vismayo Sa Tavi Vismaye Na Vismayo Sa Tvai Vismaye Yo Maya Yedam Sasruje Ati Vismayam Yo Maya Yedam Sasruje Ati Vismayam Ka who else Shatadita can endeavor Anyatamaha anyone beside yourself Tava Prabhu your O Lord Rasam in the water Gatayaha while lying Bhuvaha of the earth Udviparhanam deliverance Na never Vismayaha wonderful Asav such an act Tvayi unto you Visva universal Vismaye full of wonders Yaha one who Mayaya by potencies Idam this Sasruje created Ati Vismayam surpassing all wonders. So the verse transliteration goes as Ka Shaddadita. Who else can endeavor besides yourself, dear Lord? Rasam Gataya Bhuva Udbi Barhanam. You lifted up or delivered earth from the waters. Now Vismayo is not at all wonderful of such an act, because Tvayi Visva Vismaye, you do much more wonders with these universal creations. Yo Maya Yeda Sasruje Ati Vismaya, especially the creation universal affairs which are created by your potencies, it surpasses all these wonders. So you lifting up this earth on your tusk in the form of boar from the deep waters of Garbhodak ocean, not at all wonderful. That's what sages are saying. And another one they're saying is, who else can do this and except you? So for sure, we recognize it is you, dear Lord. Translation: who else but you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who delivered the earth from within the water? It is not very wonderful for you. However, because you acted most wonderfully in the creation of the universe. By your energy, you have created this wonderful cosmic manifestation. Purport. When a scientist discovers something impressive to the ignorant mass of people, the common man, without inquiry, accepts such a discovery as wonderful. But the intelligent man is not struck with wonder by such discoveries. He gives all credit to the person who created the wonderful brain of the scientist. Basically, here, Prabhupada is uh, referring to intelligent people as the devotees. So that's the beauty of Srila Prabhupada. So a common man is also struck with wonder by the wonderful action of material nature, and he gives all credit to the cosmic manifestation. But the learned Krishna conscious person, however, knows well that behind the cosmic manifestation is a brain of Krishna, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 9:10. Maya Dakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. Since Krishna can direct the wonderful cosmic manifestation, it is not at all wonderful for him to assume the gigantic form of a boar and thus deliver the earth from the mire of the water. A devotee is therefore not astonished to see the wonderful boar, because he knows that Lord is able to act far more wonderfully by his potencies, which are inconceivable to the brain of even the most erudite scientists. So that's the purport. It's so nice purport. It feels like reading it again. But any guess? This is a very wonderful chapter. Today is the celebration of 150th appearance of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami. Let us dedicate our reading and discussion and the absorption, meditation on Lord Varahadev for his pleasure. So this chapter is titled Appearance of Lord Varahadev. It is such a demonstration of a loving exchange between Krishna and his devotee that is portrayed in this chapter. Krishna tells in the Bhagavad Gita in the 10th chapter, he says, Tesham satata yuktana bhajatam priti purvakam. So those devotees, those yuktas who worships me with priti purvakam in loving ecstasy, he says, Dadami buddhi yogantam yenama upayantite. I give all the intelligence by which they can come to me, and so on. Here in this chapter, it's just Krishna himself gets into the action, not just gives the intelligence, he just comes into the action to reciprocate or to assist his devotees' service. So the background of this chapter is that Vidura was hearing from Maitreya, wherein Maitreya was explaining how Lord Brahma is doing the initial sub-creation part. And Lord Brahma, he created many great souls and great sages, but he come to understand that there is not enough progeny yet. So when he was thinking like that, he created or manifests Swayambhu Manu and Shatrupa from his body. And this really intrigues Vidura. He asks, please tell, what did Swayambhu Manu, who's not only a wonderful and great devotee, but is also Mahajan, what did he do after he meets Shatrupa? So Prabhupada goes on explaining very wonderfully in the text 4. He puts a mandate that is transcendental students, they, if they're saying they're they're just situated or endeavoring for transcendental realization, they should and must undergo training of hearing of the Vedas from a bona fide spiritual master. And he adds, hearing not only about the Lord, but also about Lord's devotees. Because the reason is that his devotees are constantly thinking of the Lord's lotus feet in their heart. And Prabhupada adds that not only that, these pure devotees of the Lord, they're not only thinking of the Lord's lotus feet in their heart, they don't miss even a moment in that remembrance of the lotus feet of the Lord. And moreover, Prabhupada explains in that purport, which conditioned soul can know about the Lord, or the Lord is within the heart of everyone, reachable. It's very reachable right within the heart, but who is able to access it? But pure devotees, they can access, not only they can access by hearing from them, about them, like hearing about pure devotees, from pure devotees, uh, you know, the conditioned souls, the living entities, gets blessed with access to the Lord. Not only access to the Lord, but actually devotion to the Lord, which begins auspiciousness. And there is no turning back from there. So such is the glory of the process of hearing, and especially hearing about pure devotees. And Prabhupada proves that in that purport, how that Krishna says worship of his devotees is more powerful than than worshipping him. So when Vidura submits this eager inquiry to Maitreya, he also gets into ecstasy. And he starts narrating what did Swayambhu Manu did. Swayambhu Manu, what he did was he approaches Lord Brahma and very affectionately, yet very respectfully, asks to give him service. This is again very wonderful purport. One of the sentences Srila Prabhupada says is that uh, the father takes care of the child until he grows up. After grown up, his business is to assist the father. And in this purport, where Swayambhu Manu was going and asking, and the way he asked to the Lord Brahma is very nice. It's like quite a synchrony or symphony in this chapter, from the beginning to the end. He tells to Lord Brahma, by assisting you, by serving you, actually we get fame in this life, and also progress in the next life. And when Lord Brahma sees this Nirvalika reservation, unalloyed reservation, no reservations, and then complete surrender of his heart, Atmanarpitam, and then Apramata Sen, and it was beyond the limit of envy. Lord Brahma really blesses Swayambhu Manu and his wife also. Actually, he says that I'm very pleased with you, and I'm desiring all blessings for both of you and your wife. And he tells to Swayambhu Manu a three-part instruction. And one of the instruction is also to serve the Supreme Lord. And he emphasizes that again, why the Supreme Lord must be worshipped and served. He says, Esha na tushto Bhagavan, yajna lingo janadanaha, tesha shama hi apartaya, yadatma nadruta swayam. Basically, if you don't satisfy Yajnalinga, Janardana, Supreme Lord, then all the endeavors is only Shama. Not only Shama, actually it will be leading into Apartaya. And then furthermore, not doing so, actually he, the living entity himself, is creating inauspiciousness. Prabhupada very nicely explains there that everyone wants to satisfy their senses. Above the senses is the mind, and above the mind is intelligence, and above the intelligence is a soul, and above the soul is super soul, and even above the super soul is the supreme personality Godhead, Vishnu Tattva, the cause of all causes, is Krishna. So the complete process of perfection, service, is to render service for the satisfaction of the transcendental senses of Lord Krishna, who is known as Janardana. Making sense? You follow the flow. We all want to satisfy our senses, but above the senses is the mind, and above the mind is intelligence, and above the intelligence is soul. If the focus is only on the satisfaction of the senses, then it's only like a little bit. If you go to the mind, it's better. And then if you go to intelligence, little better, and so on. But when we get to please Krishna, that's when we'll experience, complete satisfaction. Actually, one will get saved from the what is that word? Apataya. Apataya. And our labor also will get blessed. So nice, right? Any case. So um, then Swayambhu Manu finds the problem because when Lord Brahma, in his work of creating, doing a sub creation, he gets busy after creating the planetary system. When he gets busy, the earth gets submerged into the waters of Karbudak Ocean. And Brahma says, I cannot deal with it. Let Krishna only deal with it. And actually, he says, let me not go in the way. He was meditating on the Lord. And that's it. Really, as uh, Swami Manu was telling, one will get the fame in this life and progress in the next life. And Lord Brahma is also blessing. For sure, you have all my blessings for all these things. And really, Krishna proves it. He comes from his nostril as a Lord boar. And when he comes as a boar, it was hard to believe. Think, Lord Brahma and all the sages were thinking, who is he? Is it the Lord? But he came as a boar. Really, such is the reciprocation of Krishna. He doesn't mind. He's okay to do anything that is needed to reciprocate with his devotees. There's a sweetness of Krishna. Um, so he confirms to the sages and Lord Brahma that he is the Lord. Then the offered wonderful prayers, basically saying that, yes, dear Lord, you are the personality Godhead. Yes, you are coming as Varaha or Boar, but you are the Supreme Personality Godhead and you still are transcendental. Actually, they prove it was a very nice way. They prove the transcendental nature of the Lord. The way Prabhupada explains is Lord Brahma breathes the Vedas, who is the Supreme Lord. And Varahadev comes out in the form of, through his breathing. So they say, you are, the Lord, you are the Yajna Purusha himself coming out of the breathing of the Lord Brahma. So therefore you are transcendental, your supreme personality of Godhead, and so on. And Manjari Leela Mataji nicely covered last three verses, where there is such a poetic glorification of the Lord. One poetic expression of the sages was that when the Lord bore, actually, every action is very poetic. Every action of the Lord in this chapter is very poetic. He comes, he expands, and then he roars, to confirm to the people. And then when the sages declare you are the Supreme Lord, he again confirms and then goes and plays in the water. And then, although he is omniscient, as if he doesn't know, he drives course searching for earth in the water and then he lifts it up. Then sages say the scene is like the elephant lifting the lotus flower out of the water. So the lotus flower was the earth. And another analogy they give is it's like that uh, Varahadev lifting that cloud. And it was such an ecstatic moment. So the scene goes like this, the screenshot or image. It just lifts up and it is like the sages were saying, it's like the elephant is coming out of the water and lifting. The earth is like uh, lotus flower. an elephant lifting the lotus flower. And also, it's like a big mountain, uh, decorated with lifting the clouds. So that's the analogy they give. And then they say, oh, come on, it is nothing for you. Na vismayo, because, you're used to this, vismaya things. And the most vismaya thing is like, you do this creation of the universe, it's more amazing. Prabhupada explains that when a scientist discovers something uh, impressive, people just go on appreciating him. But uh, whereas an intelligent man is like, it's okay. Actually, he appreciates the main creator, main source of everything. Prabhupada gives this very nice analogy in the Bhagavad Gita introduction. He says that there is a car moving, the van moving, and the child sees from the distance and he thinks the van is moving by itself. But the elderly people who knows that there is a driver inside, they know that the car is not moving on its own, but actually the driver is the one making the car move. Similarly here, the people, common people, they just appreciate without much knowledge. But the intelligent people, they go to the root of it. And Prabhupada also taking the same common person when they see wonderful things in the nature, they give all credit to the cosmic manifestation. Again, here comes the intelligent man. Who else can be the intelligent person other than person who is devotee of Krishna or Krishna conscious person? So he comes and says, it's all credit to the wonderful, sweet Lord. So these intelligent devotees, they also know how the Lord performs his wonderful creation activities. They say, my dear Lord, and it is not at all astonishing, this your act of lifting this gigantic earth from the Rasam Gathaya, from the waters, um, from the depths of the waters of Garbhodakshai Vishnu. So, uh, a devotee is therefore not astonished uh, to see the wonderful God because he knows that the Lord is able to act far more wonderfully by his potencies, which are inconceivable to the brain of even the most erudite scholars. That is the glory of hearing about pure devotees from pure devotees. And at the end of this chapter also, we're going to hear the philosophy and technology is also explained how the super soul will be pleased and then all auspiciousness starts. All blessings will start. So that's our verse today. Ka, who else? Shaddadita Anyatamas Tava Prabhu, other than you, who can and venture into lifting this earth from the waters. Rasam Gathayo Bhuvi with Viparhana. Na Vismayo Sa Tayu Vismaye. You you always puts Visva into the Vismaye. Then what about this creation? Yo Maya Yedam Sasruje Ati Vismay. So this Maya, by his potencies or by his Maya potency, the universal creation, which is created by his Maya potency. By his Maya potency itself is so so auspicious, so Vismaya, or to speak of rest of the creation. So, sorry, devotees. I think we are right on time, right? Thank you all very much for joining. Today is a wonderful appearance of Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur. If you can, please say something about him. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for joining. Chintamani Mataji, Kishore Krishna Prabhu, Manjalila Mataji, and Varshana Mataji. Please bless me with a little drop of your devotion. Yeah, please, if you're in a position, please do share. Okay, with that, we will go for wonderful observance of 150th appearance anniversary of our Param Guru, Bhaktivedanta Saraswati. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.